I think the reason why a lot of people don't talk about the messiness of the middle, like your becoming journey, or that piece of like when you're going through it, or even right after you're going through it, because it's still tender, because there's so much judgment, there's so much shame, there's so much pressure we place on ourselves, there's so much pressure we place, society places on us, and there's a lot of you should be doing A, B, and C. And in the middle of the becoming, it feels so lonely. It feels isolating. Sometimes it can feel like never ending. And so the reason why I'm talking about this now is because I want people to feel less alone. And shame grows in silence. Shame grows in silence. When you keep it in, when you don't speak up, when you don't share how you're feeling, when you don't acknowledge what your body knows to be true. When you know it and you feel it in your bones, but your mind is telling you to keep going. Your mind is telling you, you got this. Your mind is telling you, it's in survival mode. It's like, keep going, you can deal later. And I know this because I've been I've done that, okay? And I still do that at times. So when I share this, it doesn't mean like I've mastered myself or like figured it all out. I think the beauty of becoming is that this like acceptance and also clarity of how beautiful this process actually is. And it's not beautiful like, ooh, sunshine and candy and rainbows y todo bien, y all of that. No, it's beautiful because it's real. It's beautiful because it's you who is experiencing it. It's you who is continuing on your journey. It's you who's been doing the work. It's you who's been trusting in yourself, no matter how hard it becomes, no matter the many challenges and mountains. You have so many dreams within you. You have so many accomplishments in your life, like there's just so much beauty in who you are and who you are becoming and who you have been in the past. And so this time for me, I've been taking my time and celebrating my past self. And, in these streets, we always talk about like inner child and our little selves, right? And so little Kayla, she's been on this journey with me. And she's getting louder and louder. And I laugh right now because I'm thinking of my Zoe and how our children are our teachers if we allow it. And there is so much wisdom in listening to a child, in truly like observing and taking it all in instead of just trying to get the things done, trying to get her to school, trying to get her to do all the things and make sure the boxes are checked. But really having like these beautiful, grounded, present conversations. And when I say grounded, I don't mean everything is calm and quiet. Just the opposite. It's grounded because I've created this container for her to be herself. And that's why I know she loves to be around me. Like she just loves, there's this bond that we have that, yes, I think, there's something about like motherhood and your children and all that jazz. But that's not always the case for people. That's not the reality for a lot of people. You know, just because a mother is a mother, just because a child is a child, and specifically a daughter, doesn't mean everyone has like the best mother-daughter dynamics. Everyone is different. Everyone's story is different. And so when I say we have a bond, I'm literally talking about just us specifically, and truly grateful for how I've showed up as a mom. And I'm sharing this because if you're a parent, if you're a caregiver of any kind, of any type, if you look after children in any way, if you're a teacher, if you know, like any children in your lives, they're watching. They're always learning. And they learn not by what we say, but by what we do. And also, excuse me, not only by what we do, but yes, what we say, because my girl will keep you accountable. She'll be like, mommy, on that day you said A, B, and C, and now I'm hearing F, G, H. Like, which one is it? And and I used to get so annoyed and so frustrated because I'm like, can you just like listen to what I'm saying? Can you just like go with what I want? And that is not the vibe, okay? Because I want to prepare her for childhood, you get me? I want to prepare her for adulthood, but also allow her to be in her childhood, right? A lot of my childhood, I felt like I couldn't just be a kid, you know? But there are other things that are outside of your control, right? And so Zoe, no matter how hard I try to protect her from the things, life is life. She has her own journey, right? And so I'm not always going to be there. And even now, as she's going to be 7 soon, you know, she's already experienced a lot, and she's very curious, and she's so attuned, and it's scary for me because the curiosity of children, you know, in this world that we live in, you know, the world that we live in, okay? I finally understand when people say like, oh, I don't want to have a child, or I'm afraid of having a child because I don't want to bring them into this world. And I get it. I get it. And I also think that if you have the opportunity to help guide, help instill certain things, certain values, certain teachings, wisdom, and that could just be like having a beautiful space for them to be themselves and to figure it out, then you should do that. Then you could do that. You know, that's a beautiful gift. That's a beautiful opportunity. And so not everyone, and I say this because not everyone needs to become parents. Honestly, not everyone should be parents. You know, everybody has their desires. And so that's why I say this, because I don't believe you need to be a parent to be impactful in a child's life. I got to give it to all the teachers out there because I don't know how they do it. I don't know. And I also think that teachers are so undervalued in this society. Like, it's crazy to me how professional, like, entertainers, people in sports, celebrities y todo, like, I don't understand how they make so much freaking money in entertainment, and there are people that are homeless, there are people that are starving. That's a whole other thing. Pero I say this to say, like, things are very unbalanced. And so I'm learning that I just need to focus on my own internal balance and do what I can do within my own power for myself, for my future self, for my past self, for little Kayla, and for Zoe. And that's where I'm at, and that's where I've been. And that's what I will continue to do and be. Where did I even start this? I told myself I would come on and like hit record because I just had a message on my heart that I wanted to share. And maybe that was it. And so, hello, welcome 2026. Let's see.